a cookie back there. It's fine.
Guys, we almost missed the whole thing.
There's some really good food in the food truck, so.
Oh,
we love Jessica too.
What?
Something we all have in common.
Anybody who doesn't love Jessica, I don't think that's
Anyone doesn't love Jessica?
Stop it. You guys, thank you so much for coming. This is so much fun to see everybody.
Thank you. Usually when we have a TV show that ends, we have a wrap party, and it's just a bunch of cast and crew. And
all wearing black, like all really tired from post-production.
They're all dramatic creatives.
You guys are like way more excited, way more colorful.
So thank you so much for doing this. We decided to get together with you guys and have a question and answer panel just for like an hour, so you guys can be the only people who get to hear all these behind the scenes things that happened and everything cool that went on with the show. I'll be kind of directing the Q&A, but obviously
you're here to see this.
These guys don't need any help. So anyway, we should just dive right into it, right? Is there anything you guys want to say first?
Garrett's all emotional today.
Hey, that's so cute.
To these guys and your fan, like just how you take such good care of them.
No, thank you so much for being here. This is like overwhelming. Goodness gracious. Wow.
Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it then. We got literally thousands and thousands of questions through all of our social media accounts and different sites, things you guys wanted to know about the show and about the G's and about what we did. And it was something really cool, really special for all of us.
Guys, we call it summer camp.
It's called summer camp. And you guys were all really a very real part of it. So thank you so much to you guys. We thought about renaming the question and answer portion. What the heck did you guys do with those buttons you found?
Right? Hang on. Bring me the buttons. I found them. Guys, found the buttons.
Candace found the buttons. So if you didn't see the show, we found in one of the doors, we found some old, historic, original, hand-carved bone buttons. And we said we were going to do something special with them, and they just kind of disappeared for the rest of the season. But are they?
I just put them right there. They just want to be lost.
Are they
we framed them.
We
guys.
lost them. Anyway,
I don't know
they're
where
here.
to put them in your house.
They're in a frame somewhere.
They're right there. They're right there.
Can you see them?
It's okay. This is supposed to be funny.
Okay, we went way past the time for that joke.
Yeah, Chloe! Chloe with the buttons!
Everyone say thank you, Chloe.
There they are, guys, those historic buttons.
Guys, these are like carved out of bone. Like that's how cool they are. And this
Can we explain to them that we know about these buttons as of last night?
Please do.
So,
I'm gonna put this over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when we saw the house, it truly was our first time ever seeing the house. Thanks to you for no spoilers, and good job, Jessica, not sneaking a peek and watching it online.
I thought for sure.
It helped that
I'm totally the find out who wins The Bachelor on the first episode. That's totally me. So this was hard.
So I expected her to find out early. Helped that we didn't have internet in most of the places that we were traveling. And anyway, so when we saw the house, it was the very first time. And then Jessica's like, Kate, can we finally watch the show?
And we're like, no.
And no, how long has it been since we first saw the house?
Almost 2
2
weeks.
weeks, yeah. Which, by the way, I'm proud of you for even making it to the end. Every day I'm like,
how busy it's been. It's been crazy busy. And then finally it was last night. We were together last night. It was like 10 p.m. and we're like, we're doing it. And so we binge watched it all of last night. And it was just the best experience ever, watching it together with you.
You guys remember Garrett's face when we first saw the house? This face?
Oh, that.
That's the same face. Jessica fell asleep, episode 5. It's fine.
I watched it this morning. I woke up early and watched it this morning.
I just laid there rubbing her leg like, it's good, Jess, I promise. And Garrett just was like, the whole time. It was so great.
Awesome.
I really am proud of you, though. Was that hard? Not seeing... it was hard for me not to call them on the phone and be like, let me just FaceTime you.
No, you called so many times. You're like, I'm just going to show you this. Hang on 1 second. And we had to be like, no.
No, Garrett was the most no, do not show us anything. You like surprises.
It was good. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to jump right into the questions, and we're going to kind of start at the beginning of the show and just go through...
Wait, first we should talk about your outfit. Andy has fully embraced Hawaiian life.
No. Thank you.
He has not cut his hair since episode 1.
Yeah. That's for you guys. we came home and we went to an event on Saturday, and we dressed up fancy for this party. I did my hair and everything.
I look the same as I did. Is that
You
my
look
fancy?
beautiful. You look great. We met all these people, and we were like, they're like, what do you do? We're like, oh, we're with Home Love Network. We do Home and Lifestyle TV. They're like, oh, I think they just did this show with the Bucket List family, and these people hosted it, and they lived there for 2 months. And I'm like, that was literally me. And they were like, whoa. So I put a hat on and the shirt, or else
So now you know who he is.
you guys would be like, fraud, fake. But
And Garrett was going to come out with his shirt off so that you recognized him.
yeah,
He has to wear a mic,
we
so.
have like a snorkel in and everything.
And Callie's just in the back, so we don't have like Callie in hand, but.
All right, so we're going to start with the very first question, like at the beginning of all this, was how did you guys meet, meaning us four, and how did the show come about? How did this like idea even happen? So that's gonna be.
I think I was the one that initialized it, because when we found the house in Hawaii, we fell in love with the location and we fell in love with the house, but it was over 100 years old and just it needed some love, right? And we didn't know where to start, and I had just randomly come across this show on Facebook called Win This House. And it was hosted by these two wonderful people. And I saw one episode of the show, and I just learned like immediately, they're good at what they do, they're brilliant. I didn't know that they were involved in creating the show. I just thought they were the brilliant designers, and I wanted their help. So I think I messaged everyone who we had friends in common on Facebook, and finally we connected with you.
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh, God, we have a hard time remembering to check our DMs, and we looked at our DMs like, hey, would you guys ever want to do something with us? I saw them like, yes. I'm sorry, it's been like days. But yeah, it was kind of cool. And it went fast, I feel like
Well,
from the time we started.
From the time we started talking, you know, this is what Candace and I do, is this network and this TV, and we work with a lot of cool brands. And one of the brands we worked with was Vivint. And Vivint, thank you so much.
Give a round of applause for Vivint for making this possible.
Like this show literally would not have happened without Vivint being along with us. And when we talked to Vivint and said, hey, we've got this idea with the
First of all, they asked if they could meet the Bucket List family,
Yeah, that was the first question.
and like all of them wear their adventure bands and take a nerdy picture. And we're like, yes.
So once Vivint heard about the idea, and they were all in and 100% behind it, and we were able to greenlight the series really fast. And we were having planning meetings. We flew out to Hawaii to meet with Garrett at the house, and immediately started putting the show together. And you have to know, like, with a family as amazing as these guys and with what they do, there's lots of people who would love to do a TV show with you guys. Like, there's many TV networks and there's many people, but we felt like with the way we talked about it, we could really do something special that allowed them to
Like
be their
still
own-
have a life.
Yeah. Do you want
Still
to
be authentic.
talk about that, Garrett or Jessica?
we've had dozens and dozens of opportunities to do television in it, and it never interested us. Yeah. Especially with the kids, like the idea of having like a big old crew, and just it doesn't interest us. And but when we realized like we can do this, and Garrett, I mean, huge kudos to Garrett, because he filmed everything all by himself. We were asked all the time, like, who was following you guys? Like, where, you know, do you guys have a crew? No, it is Garrett G and his camera.
We were watching it last night, and he's like, my stuff looks so good. I'm like, yeah, what did you think?
Usually you pay a lot of money for those shots. Like, you go buy those images or pay a photographer, a videographer a lot of money just to get beauty shots. And Garrett's like, no, that's what I literally do.
Garrett stepped up his game, and Candace and Andy had to tell us how to do interviews. They were like, stand up, put your arm around each other.
This is how they were interviewing at first, stand up. And we're like, oh, I'm stuck. And we're like, no, you have to do this. Come here. You have to do that, right?
And you have to smile the whole time.
And the first interview, they're like, we're smiling, like, that's their very first interview. It was so great.
They stepped it up though, because if you watch, their interviews on the show are a lot different than the vlog style interviews. It's just a different look from these guys, and I mean, it was fresh and
Proud
interesting.
of you guys.
One funny thing is when Candace and I have a show on HGTV. It actually, Tuesdays in September, our show's on HGTV if you want to watch it. But anyway, the weirdest thing is they wouldn't let us look at the camera. And so when we did this and did our own network, Candace said, you know what, the first thing I'm doing, all interviews directly to the camera. We are friends. Okay, I'm going to jump to the next question.
Let them talk more. We're talking a lot.
I know. All right.
Sorry.
What was the house really done in real time?
Yes. Just yes. No,
Yes, that's
it was pretty crazy because we try to do shows in real time, and we had to coordinate around a travel schedule. And you guys are such amazing fans. You know where they're going. You know when they're going, pretty much. And like, it would be weird for you guys to see them in a place, you know, because they have their normal jobs of like working with travel and things like that. So their normal jobs had to continue moving, and we had to kind of conform to what you guys were already doing. So I think that was like, remember our first conversations? Like, okay, so you're in India, but then are you going to Russia? Like, please don't go to Russia. That's going to be really hard for me to incorporate into a room. And it was like a lot of back and forth.
I was going to do a bunch of nesting dolls everywhere.
That would have been awesome. But it took us a while to dial it in.
Usually in the past we had delayed our posts, and so we would purposely go somewhere and then we would wait a week or two to post about it, mostly for the safety of our children. Right. But for this opportunity, we all agreed together it would be more interesting and more fun if we did it in real time. And it just kicked my butt.
It kicked all of our butts.
All right, this was my life for the past 8 weeks, and maybe that's why I'm so emotional and just exhausted inside and out. Because we would go have an adventurous day of fun, exhausted. We'd come home and everyone would crash, but it would be my job to stay up late, offload the cameras, recharge the cameras, and then upload it on the slowest Tongan internet you've ever seen. And I would just kind of like cuddle my computer to sleep and check every once in a while, like 2%, 3%. And that was my life for the last 8 weeks.
But you were so chill about it. You would just like call me every once in a while, like, hey, did you get the footage? And I'm like, I've been watching it. Yeah, we got the footage. I would set it, honestly, we had the Vivid in the house, you know? I would set the little camera, little ping camera up on my computer, and I would just watch it load, and then I would go home and go to sleep. At least I got to sleep a little. No, you guys, I know that we say this a lot, but you guys all know how hard these guys work, right? Like, just the sheer amount of love that they put into their work. Am I going to make you cry again? But it was so fun to be able to put that in a format that is a little more than a vlog, to really show you guys, like, this is such an amazing thing that they do for their kids, and to showcase it in a way, and then tie it back to the home. That was really special for us.
Yeah, actually, speaking of the home, another question for you guys. Was it hard not being involved in every decision and giving control over to Candace and Andy?
I think any other time in my life, like, of course I want to plan my own house. You know, of course I want to design that myself. But I think just the situation we were in, and I was so excited to have a house, a home.
Anyway, yeah.
And I know Candace, and I love her style, and I know she would do amazing, but I was just so excited to be home and have it done. Like, I had no desire to go home and buy a couch and pick out, you know, curtains.
But we're still going to go shopping together.
Yes, we are.
I left some walls blank on purpose.
It was perfect for us in this time in our lives, and it couldn't have been done more perfectly.
Jessica had only seen the house when we initially found it. I went back one time to like sign for the house, and that's when Andy and Candace joined me out there in Hawaii. And that was our first time meeting each other, right?
Yeah, and we took you to an authentic Hawaiian luau at the Marriott.
At the Marriott. Turns out, not authentic.
Garrett, we want to take you out to dinner tonight. We found out there's a real authentic luau. And I was all excited, and then they said, at the Marriott. And I was like...
We took the best pictures, you guys.
We need to teach them how to travel. Like,
we know how to travel to house museums across the country.
We have an idea. Season 2 of Traveling Home.
Yeah, you guys vote. This would be great,
We travel the world and these guys do our house.
That'll be a disaster, them trying to travel. It'll be a disaster, us trying to
It's perfect.
That's probably better.
So that was the first time we had met, right? And I remember we walked around the house for that day, and I kind of gave Candace, like, I want this, I want a big bathtub, I want this. And she and I either saw eye to eye on everything, or anytime she critiqued me or disagreed with me, it was 10 times better than what I had in mind. She'd be like, no, you're thinking of this house as it is. You need to realize it's just 4 walls. You can move this, you can break down this. And my mind just didn't work like that. I didn't have that experience. And so it was at that time that I told Jess, like, we can share our opinions, but if at any point we disagree, we trust you.
Oh my gosh.
And it's your decision.
That's my motto too. It's an easy way to live.
No regrets. It turned out great.
It was so fun though. Like, you guys have great taste, so it was easy. I questioned the bathtub. The bathtub, let me tell you what Garrett really wanted. He wanted a pool. He wanted a pool. And he wanted it, he's like, well, like, how close to the ceiling can you make it? Like, how much do you really need to be able to get in there?
Can you make an entrance from
Can
the
you
floor
just kind
above
of
that
roll
drops
into it?
down?
I'm like, I will go to jail like making that bathtub. So
But look how it turned out. This is just proof.
Well, I
Dream
don't
big,
know.
and you'll have a big bathtub.
one of the biggest questions we get, does Jessica actually like the bathroom? That's the question.
No, I love it. I love it. Are you serious? No, I love it. I have not bathed in that tub yet.
Have you bathed in it? Have you swam?
Spend some time in it. That was awkward. No, sorry.
Hey, we don't ask any questions. It's your tub.
No, but have you? I'm curious. Like, does it fill up? Did it hold water?
Okay. Yeah. So I have.
We left like that day. I don't even know.
We literally left after filming that final episode. After our interviews together, we got in a car and went to the airport. So we spent 0 time hanging out or anything.
That sucked.
So if we're just bromancing up here, it's because we've missed each
This is
other.
the first time. Sorry.
No, but I haven't filled up the tub yet. I've spent a lot of time in it, but it's a lot of
Just
water, and
sitting.
we're about to leave town. So I feel like each day when I fill it up, it's got to be like this big event.
Oh, I agree with that. You should live stream it. People would watch that.
I'd watch
Traveling
that.
Home Season 2, the bathtub.
Okay, I'm going to ask another question.
Wait, I want to know. I have a question for Jess.
Go.
We made the giant bathtub for Garrett in the one room. Do you think the bathtub in your bathroom is too big? Because I was freaking out.
No, it's not too big.
You can fit the whole family.
Yeah, you could
this
with the whole
way.
family, which I feel like every time I do, which I like to take baths.
Yeah.
Every time I take a bath, the kids are like, I want in.
Is this conversation just getting way too intimate?
No, we saw you in the shower.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so it ends up being a bunch of people anyway.
We all
It's
did.
perfect.
We all saw her. We all saw
So what
that.
else do we do in the bathroom, guys?
How are the toilets? Are those toilet seats comfortable?
No, stop it. That's not a question.
Okay,
You guys, I
I
want to say something. Did you guys watch the finale again so you can really get a good look at that master bathroom, because that's my favorite room in the house.
Yeah.
And it was so intense. Like, there came a point on the episode, we get to about Thursday, and you really had to make some life decisions. You're like, yeah, we're not going to have the bathroom on the episode, and it's going to be okay. But guess what their whole inspiration was from Morocco? The tile.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, the tile didn't come. Like, we just had to really work around it. But the bathroom is definitely my favorite room.
And you guys were really good sports, like everyone following the show. Because
Well, everyone here is our fans. There were people just...
Yeah, there are people who didn't come to this because they're like, that bridge took way too long to show up. So thank you. We didn't, like every week we're like, something's not going to get done. But we wanted to do it in real time because it made it so much more fun.
Fun.
Okay, can I go to the next question?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
All right.
It's your party.
It's not my party. Did you guys, meaning you, have any idea what the house would look like in your mind before you showed up?
Well, that's a good question.
No, I mean, Candace had sent us inspiration boards for each room, and you had sent us the floor plan.
Yeah.
And I'm not a visual person. Like, I need to see it all. So yeah, it's just crazy to see. Like, you showed us everything,
Right.
essentially.
Well,
From Wayfair, you know, you had all the pieces that you showed us, and it looks amazing. I don't know.
I feel like you guys, you had a kind of an idea, right? Like, I just remember Jess saying, like, I hope that wall's gone. I'm like, that wall is not gone. That wall is still there. Garrett, tell her, the wall's still there. Make sure she knows when she comes.
I think it's because I saw the old house, so I thought it would look how it was, just cleaned up, and
yeah.
it's completely...
Yeah. Well, the thing about their house, and we get this question a lot, it is the most amazing place on the planet, not joking. Like, we should all be super jealous of that. No, just kidding. You guys work so hard. You deserve everything you get. But it's like really the most amazing place. And the house was built in 1920. It's a plantation, 1923, 24. It's a plantation style home, a Hawaiian plantation style home. So here I go. We're talking about houses because that's what we love. But it's single wall construction and it's on the ocean. So they were made with nails that rust and things that mold.
And termites.
And so many termites. So when we started digging into the house, it's like, this is crazy. Like, this is...
And a bee colony.
Oh, a bee colony. I know. We got to get that honey back for you.
Yeah, I want that.
Just like, where's my honey? I'm like, I'll get it.
She's like, but you took my bees though, so where's my honey?
So it was really intense. We had to build the house from the inside out. And in Hawaii, we're only allowed to repair and replace and keep everything as historic as possible, which is totally fine with us because that's our jam. We like love old houses to a fault. But it was really fun to see that house kind of turn from still a really nice beach bungalow to like something that's going to last another 150 years and something that can withstand a hurricane. But
Too soon.
Did you like how in one of the episodes, we're at the end, we're like, guys, and we survived a hurricane
Warning
this weekend. And then literally we're like, haha.
That was no joke. The water, like the rainfall alone, and that's when we decided to paint the outside.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, it was really fun to rebuild the house, and now it really is going to last forever, I hope. Yeah.
Okay, we have a couple. I just want to make sure we get all the
I
questions.
don't even know how long we're talking. How long are we?
Another.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the reveal, because that was an emotional time for all of us, I think, and everyone watching. How many people here cried watching the reveal episode?
Everybody that's here.
So
I see you, Kurt.
when I watched it last night, because we would see messages come in, and people wouldn't give us any spoilers, but people would say, we watched this episode of Traveling Home, and it made me cry. And it was interesting, at least for me, it was kind of confusing, like, oh, why is it so emotional? It's just a show about a house. But then when I was watching it last night, you guys did such a wonderful job of showing, like, I don't know, at least for me, it was like you'd see Manila's face, you'd see Callahan's face, and then you'd see something random like a bowl, like a cereal bowl or a bed or a rug, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, like, he's going to use that cereal bowl. And that's just so new to us as a traveling family, and so that stuff would get me emotional, and I mean, that's just what made me so grateful to the people who've become part of this community and connected with us.
Garrett did send us some video of Jess on the airplane. A little bit of it made it into the show, and I'm like, I cannot watch this.
Well, they had it on you had it on your vlog that week.
Yeah.
A lot more of it.
Can you imagine traveling for 3 years and not having a house? I'm sorry. Like honestly, I don't know how you guys did it. I held their backpacks for 2 seconds. And I'm like, they're heavy. Like what you guys travel with is heavy.
Well, that very last flight, it was interesting because we got on the plane and just coincidentally, we were the very back seat, the very back rows, and thank goodness because we both were just sobbing the entire time.
Aww.
And it was, yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was a mess. It really brought me back to when I came home from my mission in Russia, and it's just, you worked so hard, and it was such a special time in your life, and it'll never be duplicated, and no one can ever take it away from you, and it was very emotional. And yeah, Dorothy was like, what is your problem? Stop it. Because usually when Dorothy's crying, we're like, stop it.
And there was someone 2 rows up that was like turning around to take a picture, and then they saw us sobbing, and they're like, maybe not.
Like, oh, I love you. Oh, crap, no. Not now.
It was definitely a wreck. It was a feeling I can't even describe. You know, in traveling, when you don't have a home to come home to, it's, you know, you just keep going, you keep going. But even now, having a home, and I'm on vacation right now, it's like, oh, I can't wait to get home. You know, but it was never really like that, you know, during the last 3 years. So, like, we didn't have that, you know, hardship. But now it's like, I love traveling, but I am super
Do you miss it right now?
I miss my house. I'm ready to go back.
We tried to make them come to Disneyland with us this week, and they're like, oh, we have to get home. I'm like, okay, my fault.
Well, one of the cool things, too, is that when we did this show, we did our interview, so the G's got to the house, saw it for the first time. We had rented a U-Haul earlier that day. Our crew had packed up every piece of equipment. We had every return to Home Depot. We had everything that did not belong in that house out of that house.
Well,
and so when we
I still have stuff in Jessica's closet. I'm so sorry. I got it out within hours.
When we do a show on HGTV or a different show, it's all like the reveal's kind of canned, you know. They come see it. You only did like 2 rooms anyway, so they're like, oh wow.
There's Andy HGTV dissing over
love
here.
You guys, Scripps, JoJo, you're my girl, you know. But when we did this house, we wrapped. We said, okay, clap and clapper.
Marker clapper. Guys, you know the proper way to start and end an interview? You just say marker.
But Garrett got pretty elaborate with his
marker clapper.
Clapper. Anyway, we did end clapper. We finished the interview. We walked away, and they carried their backpacks into the house and moved in. It was the craziest thing. We came back. We went to get something at the store. We came back. Kids are playing. They're in the house, and they're moved in because you had 2 bags.
Yeah, that night, we mentioned this in our video this week, like, she kept bugging us. You know, we got in it, I don't know, in the early afternoon. Yeah. And we were just enjoying the house. We didn't want to bring our bags in yet. And Dorothy kept being like, where's my backpack? Give me my backpack. And I was like, just stop. You know, like, I don't want to leave the house and go out to the car and get the backpack. She kept bugging me. And then finally we go and get it, and she runs downstairs, and she puts her little princesses and her Play-Doh in all these, like, very random places. But just, like, it was so, like, meticulous and so sweet. And, like, it meant a lot to her. And it made me cry. Like, I felt bad that I, like, you know, like, I hadn't given that to my daughter. in 3 years. So it meant even more watching her move in with her 12 toys.
And her toys are like some Play-Doh and some princesses, a spoon from Morocco, an AC remote that she stole from another hotel. We tried to teach our kids to be minimalists, and I think it backfired, and now they're just...
And to steal, apparently.
They're
Hoarders, kleptos.
She laid down, I went down there because she came and grabbed Candace to show her.
She wanted to show me how she
And
decorated.
she had taken from her little box of pictures from her camera, she took a picture of Callie and she laid it in the middle of her princesses and had princesses standing around the picture of her little brother.
And I'm done talking.
Okay, one other funny thing. So the funniest thing for me, we came and showed him the house and we finished kind of filming the initial part.
You always make me nervous with what you're going to say.
We finished filming the initial part and we're sitting upstairs talking and suddenly we hear the most hysterical laughter and we look over and Dorothy and Manila were taking turns using their Vivint Ping camera in their bedroom.
Brought to you by Vivint. Love that thing. And when friends come over, they're like, let me show you what I have at my house.
I hope it's durable because they're just putting it to use.
I got you one extra camera. It's in the top drawer of the guest room. I don't know if you
have,
found
what's it called, the main like master control?
The panel.
Okay, the main panel is upstairs at the front door, okay? So Manila will pull up a kitchen chair so he can reach it and just push that button 100 times. And then Dorothy and their new little friends at the different rooms will all go in a different room and they play hide and go seek. Yeah. And I don't know if that's what it's meant for, but it's the best.
It's absolutely what it's meant for.
One of the funniest things, they were playing hide and seek and Dorothy was up at the control panel. Manila's down like getting ready to come up and find her and she's switching from camera to camera to see which room he's in. And then he gets to the stairs and she's like, oh no, and she turned and ran. I'm like, I think that's kind of cheating. When I was little, we didn't do that. Actually, what do you guys, have you guys used your smart home features yet? What do you think about having, it's like a new thing, having a smart house.
Okay, I need to say something about Vivint. I've lived in Utah for 15 years and I've seen Vivint and been around it for years, and I've obviously never owned a home before, but it just never even I just knew who it was and it didn't interest me. But now it's one of those things I don't think we could live without. I think we will always have a smart home, and it's especially last week with Hurricane Lane. It was a really rough week, and thinking how funny yet horribly not funny.
Not funny.
Would it be if we got a house and then it was blown away a week later?
Look, there's their house floating out there. Okay.
Away.
Honestly, probably 20 times a day, I would open my Vivint app and I could see every room of the house. We could see all the angles from the outside. We could see how much water was coming up because our house is in a flood zone. And I was panicked. We were super panicked. And we had put all the furniture up from the downstairs and everything was picked up. We had, we didn't know what to do. We're not Hawaiians yet. So we we were supposed to sandbag stuff. We just didn't even know how we could do stuff. And it seriously saved us last week and gave me so much peace of mind that I could see, okay, I tracked the storm and then I would open the Vivint app and I would look at it and it's seriously it's saved everything.
That's awesome.
And we are happy to report that everything is totally fine. So thank you.
We just stopped posting on social media because we didn't want to address it. I'm I think it's fine. I'll let you know next week.
Yeah, you logged out of the Vivint app and you were like, I'll give you some privacy, and I was like, no, you can check in on us.
What's funny is we accidentally, I think, logged in.
I don't want to see
into
anybody
our...
naked. I'm good. Andy constantly, guys, on the Vivint app. No, just kidding.
Thank you.
That's not true. I'm teasing. Maybe it's true.
Where do we go from here? Have you done your? Someone asked.
Wait. I want to talk about Vivint.
Wait, real quick. Someone asked if you've done your smart home day, where you laid in bed, and you probably haven't been there long enough to do smart home day.
No, we haven't done smart home day.
Have you been hey Google?
We should do that when we get back. But yeah, we have definitely done we left the house. Wait, did you lock the doors? Oh no, I forgot. Lock the doors.
Oh, that's
did you turn off the
every
lights?
day.
Oh no, we didn't turn off the lights. So we're already miles away from the house, and we do that all from our phone. It's brilliant.
Cool.
Or we're just exhausted from a day. We crash in bed, and it's hey, did you lock the doors? No worries.
Okay, but really though, personal testimony time.
You believe
if you have a house, check it. I'm not just saying that, they're obviously sponsors and stuff, but like, it's a really great product and surprisingly very reasonably priced. Like, I mean, our system is, you can get a great security system for $30.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, hang on. I will. No, honestly, like, I don't think.
Guys, how bad would it suck if we got a sponsor that we didn't like and had to come here and do this event?
No, but I really do want to share with everybody. Like, sorry, yes.
No, we got a lot of questions actually about cost and stuff.
Yeah. Like, I think people just assume it's expensive. Like, I remember when we were talking about it, you're like, how much is this for normal people? Because we're not normal. You're not normal people. But it's like, sorry. You
guys are super weird. So.
They're celebrities. Yeah. They're VIPs. Anyway, like, Vivint systems are not expensive, and I think about how much we spend on our cell phones, like ridiculous amounts because we keep upgrading our phone. What the heck? But like a Vivint system,
the new cameras.
At $50 a month, you're basically getting all of your monitoring, like doorbell cam, the camera, all the sensors, like basically a totally tricked out system for $50 a month. And I think people are surprised. I think people just assume it's expensive.
It seriously is a very affordable hide and go seek system.
Yeah. So if you haven't called yet for your hide and go seek Vivint system, that is really what supports this show. So we would appreciate it if you guys really would call them just to see what it would cost for your house, because now knowing what we know, like, it's protecting your home. Can you imagine, like, if something ever did happen, and they told us we can't talk about fear, but I have a lot of fear about, like, our house ever being broken into, or, like, I have fear about your house. Like, I feel so good knowing that your house is protected, and I feel like everybody should have a protected home. And so I hope you guys will call them, and it helps us too. Thanks.
Well, and what's cool is while we were in Hawaii, I am the classic, she calls me Old Man Meredith. Meredith's our last name. It's not like a weird nickname.
Old Man Meredith.
Old Man
Who's
Meredith.
coming up on our porch?
I'm the guy who's like, hey, that car actually drove by about 6 minutes ago. What are they doing?
I can see it on my app.
I can see it, but now, like, I know if someone comes to my door, I know who's at my door. I know what they're doing. I can talk to them. While we were in Hawaii, we have 4 or 5 other houses we're doing here in Utah right now. And so our contractors would show up to the door, and they'd ring the doorbell, and I'd be like, hey, I'm going to unlock the door for you. Go in. The lights you need are to your right on the floor. Pick them up, and I'll lock the door behind you. Or my sister called. That's you, Jessica.
Her son had to pee real bad.
She's my little baby sister. We called her Bebica when she was little, Jessica. Anyway, she called me one day and said, are you in Hawaii yet? Because I'm by your house and my kid really has to pee.
We're literally on an island.
They're going to pee their pants. And I'm like, I'm in Hawaii, but go to my house and I'll let you in and you can use the bathroom. So when she pulled up, I like talked to her from the doorbell. I'm like, come on in. And I unlocked it and she went in. I locked it behind her. But just
then we set off the alarm just for fun.
Yeah, then we called SWAT team. And
Maristy set off your alarm. She left at like 5 in the morning, right? Jess is calling me like, my alarm is going off. It was crazy.
Okay. A big question we got was, is your house okay with Hurricane Lane? And so the final verdict is...
We did find one little leak in a window. We've got a little leak spot that's getting fixed. We can check your app. It's getting fixed right now.
Someone said, Candace, have you had a chance to take a nap yet?
You guys don't want to know. Take a nap?
Nobody works. I don't know. I have always thought nobody works harder than Garrett G, but Candace Meredith gives him a run for his money.
We're the same. We're the same hard work. Yes, come on.
Well, the crazy thing is, the week we got back from the show, Home Love Network, which is our company, we actually launched on Snapchat as a Snapchat publisher.
Follow us on Snapchat.
Yeah, so if you go to Snapchat and you look at the Discovery tab and you have all the shows and the stuff, we actually have one of those under Home Love.
Stop talking about us.
Someone asked about it. Anyway, I'm going to lose my job up here yet. All right, what's been the hardest part about not having a home over the past 3 years?
For sure, friends and family, of course. But then on top of that, just being a part of the community and having, your own personal kind of development within a community.
The light switches at nighttime. You just don't know.
He knows where his light switch is, you guys.
Have you mememorized your light switch?
Have you come in groggy?
So much confidence every morning. Boom.
No, now we just use our app. We don't even.
You're like, babe, get the bathroom ready for me.
What do you think?
Meet me in the family bathtub. with no water.
Guys, we can't keep going back to
We're
this
just gonna sit
bathtub.
here.
So what did they talk about all night? Mostly just the bathtub.
Mostly they should have called this traveling home the bathtub.
You guys, it was so polarized. Half of you like loved the bathtub. Half of you, well,
No, it was not.
6% of people hated the bathtub.
One lady said that looks like a giant coffin, and I blocked her. She's blocked.
Do you guys know we have this policy? I think you guys have it too, right? Negative comments, deleted, blocked. Is that bad? No. Tell me if it's bad. Okay, good.
No, because your social media is your own page. It's your community. It's not like it's a Yelp page, so you're okay. Okay, here's the big drum roll question. Each of us up here on the panel, I don't know what air drumming. Thank you.
I love you guys
Thank you.
so much.
What is your favorite room in the house? Go.
Wait, we should end with the VIPs. What's your favorite? I mean, I'll go first then.
Go.
I feel like a rodeo announcer.
Yeah.
Does it sound like a rodeo to you guys? My favorite room, I love the dining room. I feel like that's like the most, like how I would decorate my beach house. And I made it your beach house. I hope you like it.
Go ahead.
No, I just love the wallpaper. I think it's cool. I just sat and touched it. Actually, a big part of my day was spent touching the wall.
No, a big part of your day was spent telling everyone else not to touch the wallpaper with dirty hands.
I'm like, I see that smudge.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely the living room for me. The chandelier was like cool against the wallpaper, and these guys said they wanted like British colonial travel, but I still wanted it kind of modern because they're so cool and modern. So that was my favorite.
I am going to say hands down that downstairs bathroom with the giant tub in it. And it's not just because of that bathtub. When you stand where those two showers, so they have the showers outside, and then you walk in and there's two showers, and then that giant tub. So when you're standing inside where those two shower heads are, looking out at the ocean, and you can like literally see sea turtles and the waves and the palm trees, and everyone can see you. That's my favorite part.
You can sit on the toilet, guys. I haven't gone to the bathroom in their bathroom. We have a rule. No one can pee in their toilet. Only there first. But you can sit on the toilet and nobody can see you. Because the bathtub's so huge.
Your eyes like pop up above that tub. So if anyone's outside and they like are on a boat looking in the window, they'll just see this like eyeballs sticking
I'm
out.
pooping.
You're like, you don't know I'm pooping, but I am.
We don't poop.
If I had a dime for every time I said that.
Did anybody else's husbands take 45 minutes to poop? Phones are not allowed in the bathroom anymore.
But Fortnite. Okay, go ahead.
Fortnite. Okay.
Oh, mine is, there's just a spot on the couch in the front room, kind of closer to Turtle Tower, where I sit and I work and I spend all my days and just look out over the ocean.
And she just looks so happy.
I'm so happy because I
content
can see my kitchen, and I can see the front room, and I can look out. It's just the best view.
That makes me happy.
So for me, if you saw the finale, when we pulled off the adventure bands and we saw the house for the first time, it's right when you come in the gate, it's right there. And I can so clearly remember that moment. And the fun thing is, every time we come home, the gate opens, and that's the first way you see the house. And so, I mean, it was the first few days, I would just purposely like go outside and go stand in that same spot and look and be like, that's my house.
I saw you doing that the first night. He's like folding his arms, leaning against the fence. What's funny, when we did the reveal, everyone's like, oh, Callie was the first one to see the house. I tried to put the blindfold over his eyes, and he did like a head bucking bronco thing.
He takes orders from no one.
That was crazy seeing it for the first time, though, right? Like the green.
We had a lot of conversations about green.
So you want me to admit something?
Yes. Wait, do I know?
I think I told you.
Oh my God.
Never mind.
No.
Never mind.
Is it about the bathtub?
No, never mind. Never mind. It's too. I'm messing with you. So when we had the adventure bands, I'm pretty sure my eyes were shut under the whole time, just in case. So if you close your eyes for 5 minutes and then open them, it's a little blurry at first. And so I was like, I can kind of see it. It's starting to take shape. Like, what is it?
Your reaction was like,
no. Jaw open, see this beautiful blurry green, and then I see it. Like a half second, I'm saying.
Okay. Well, your face just did this. So I think it was crazy watching the exterior episode with you last night. Like, just watching the before and afters of the exterior was nuts. Yeah.
Watching the whole season, knowing what the end product looked like was so crazy. Every time I saw that brown house, I was like, ugh.
A lot of people said they liked the brown before. I'm like,
One person said they liked the brown. And we blocked them. Just kidding. We didn't block them. We didn't block them.
not really.
Not really.
It's probably here.
Yeah.
I also like the brown.
What about, let's talk about that. I don't know if we got to see it in the episode. we put some of the things that you picked up in the rooms. But if you guys noticed, when we did the reveal, we had added some things they picked up on their travels, if you want to talk about it. What was that like, shopping for your house?
Yeah, we never ever buy souvenirs. We've never bought souvenirs, except for Cinderella's castle. They gave us a glass slipper.
And we kept it.
We kept that.
Yeah.
It's like an 8-pound glass slipper. Well, anyway, we need to bring. I think it's here. We'll bring it on Monday when we go back home. No, we've never picked up souvenirs, so it was really fun these last 8 weeks to purposely be like looking for something that we could put in each room that we would remember, you know, that country by. And it's really special. I think we'll always continue it. Something Candace and Nanny did, which I loved, is left our front room quite empty on purpose so that we can be putting souvenirs from all over the world, some art and just little trinkets that we find, and I'm really excited for that.
On our own YouTube, we're gonna give it maybe a month or so for us to kind of like mature into the house and decorate a few of the rooms, like with our little knickknacks and stuff. And then we're gonna do a second round of a house tour and show off each room and just kind of show
your perspective.
Yeah, exactly, our perspective and what it means to us.
And we'll do a viewing party where we watch it and go, no, no, the tub.
This is so funny. We were there. We're like, let's go to Target and get a garbage can. And go. It's like, but Candace, you're gonna go with us, right?
But you made no decision, right?
You're gonna go pick up the garbage can.
We're trying to.
Actually, it's not your garbage can. It's okay. Like,
it was the best we could buy.
It's all they had. It's all they had.
That's why I didn't buy one, because we didn't have one on the island that was appropriate for that beautiful mansion.
Right. So we are in the process. Someone's like, so you have a house now. Do you have a car? And we're like, we need a car. We're new at this stuff, guys. We didn't know that. And so that's our next adventure. That's our next mission. And we just need your help.
Wouldn't it be fun to watch like a crazy old car like match the house? I think that would be really cool. Would you guys
does anyone out there remember what car I promised to the kids in one of the past countries? Do you remember? Yeah, it's happening. I'm working on it.
You guys are the only ones that know this thing, so don't post it on social media.
We also want to do that show season 2 where we travel and you do our house. Let's keep that in mind.
Or what if we just travel all together and we go do one of your houses? Or like some of your houses?
So you guys would decorate one of their homes,
No.
and then we would travel with them?
No, we would just travel. No. We'd all travel while one of you stays at home.
You will always fix the house.
We've kicked this around as far as like a TV show idea. How cool would it be if we did a show where bucket list fans got to go on an adventure with them while we did the room in their house?
She's like, I just want to stay home.
Just be alone.
No, she said they can just come to our house. That'll be the adventure.
You'll be with the G's on a safari and we'll be in your kitchen.
We have a guest room you guys can stay in.
I did make sure that the guest room bed was nice and small so you guys could cuddle in there.
Thank you.
I love it.
Sorry, not sorry.
Guys, king bed was the right choice, right? I'm sorry to do that to you, Garrett. Your face of betrayal right now.
For the kids?
Can we bring out the kids? Would that
Guys, don't
Okay. Yeah. So
our kids, how much do our kids know what this, like today they were like, where are we going now? And I was like, oh, we're just going to see some friends.
they don't know they're cool, they don't think they're cool, so don't tell them they're cool.
Only share like golf clap.
I think Callie's snoozing, so no Callie. Oh, no, he's here. He's awake.
We'll just show him my beard and it'll terrify him again.
Callie. I'll just take it.
Okay. Daddy here, Mommy, Dorothy, Manila, say here. Callie. Here, you want to sit?
Do they want to say anything?
You guys want to hold them? You want to sit on my lap and hold the microphone?
Oh, he's right there. He's good there.
Okay, say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
How do you like your room?
Well, first let's introduce you in case they don't know you, okay? What's your name?
Dorothy.
What's your name?
Manila.
How old are you?
5.
How old are you?
Free.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Bubblegum.
Nice. Manila, what's your favorite ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip.
Oh, that's a good choice. Okay. Dorothy, what's your favorite thing about the new house?
The bunk bed.
Yeah. Manila, what's your favorite thing?
The bunk bed.
Yeah? And Dorothy, in our backyard, there's some animals that swim around. What are they?
Turtle.
Did you snorkel and see some turtles?
Yeah.
How many?
6. 6.
Wow, show me with your fingers. 6. What other questions, Mom? Look who's sitting up like a big boy, guys.
Kelly.
We have to get a baby gate for the house.
Oh, yeah. He's mobile like that
Do
week.
you have a stylish baby gate?
Yeah, we have an e-pay baby gate. Here we go. First race.
Okay.
The whole event should just be watching Callie Pro.
No.
Kelly. He's gonna eat it.
You want to eat it?
Oh, he saw you. He saw you.
Okay, Manila, will you tell them what is your favorite food? Say the microphone. What's your favorite food?
Fries.
French fries. That's new. What's yours, Dorothy?
Udon noodles from Japan.
Aww.
You're so cultured.
So cultured. Nice, Mom. We did it. Dorothy, what's your favorite country?
Japan.
Manila, what's your favorite country?
Hawaii.
Yeah.
He said Utah today.
Manila, where is the tallest building in the world?
Dubai.
Yeah. Dorothy, where can you swim with whales?
Tonga.
Manila, I have a super tough question for you. Ready?
Is it hard?
Yeah, it's going to be a hard one. Say, I can do hard things. Yeah, you can. Okay. What country did we stay in a little red house with a boat on an island? Tell the microphone.
Norway.
Yeah, Norway. Good job, buddy. What's next? Are we doing Q&A or should we take some from the audience? You want yours, Mike? Yeah. Are we taking questions from the audience or should we?
We don't need to do but we can. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Could somebody run a mic if we want to do quick Q&A? Well, it's okay. I don't know if we set up that.
Okay, no worries. Yeah.
Well, does anybody have like a crazy burning question that did not get answered? The button story? No, the buttons were, oh, we don't know. The buttons right here? Oh, no. But they're just really old and they're carved out of bone.
No, what did you say?
Oh, and we didn't know the story behind the buttons until just last night
hadn't
when we
seen the
watched the
show.
episode because we hadn't seen the show. And then last night we're like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. Where are those buttons from? And she told us she had lost them until today.
And then I lost them again.
That's good. Oh, what's
Anybody
next?
else have any like crazy questions that didn't get answered? Yeah, go ahead. Say it loud. Home. America.
Dorothy, what's your favorite country? Oh, you already said. What's your favorite countries, guys? What are your favorite countries?
I lived in Spain and I loved it and I would live there again. I've actually traveled a lot too, okay? From 6 countries.
That's awesome.
Where I'm living in Europe today. That's awesome. Can you count me?
Brave.
No, they're-
Can you just come to Europe with us, please? Can that be the next season? Okay, we're gonna buy a castle together in France, right? Okay, what about you?
Season 3.
Season 3.
My favorite country is
Oh,
Hawaii. Okay, what about you guys?
Dorothy said, you answered it, right?
Japan.
Yeah. Jess, do you have a favorite country?
New Zealand. New Zealand.
Hers is New Zealand. Do I have a favorite country? Is there one? Usually it's just whatever country we visited last, because I fell in love with it, and so Tonga is my current favorite country. My next favorite country will be Greece in a few weeks.
Will you guys take us to Morocco, like for real?
Yeah, the whole time we were in Morocco, we're like, we need to come here with you guys because you guys would appreciate it that much more.
I love that. Okay. Well, it would have like one more like burning question.
Yeah, she's very energetically raising her hand.
I need your playlist.
Right? It's good, right? Yeah? No, if you go on Spotify and you search for the Bucket List Family, the playlist will go up on there. And then, I think I have it on private, but if you go new, or the Bucket List Family new, that's every good song that I found that I will put in future videos. That's the treasure right there. That's the real gold nugget. Do you have any other stories you want to tell?
Do you guys want to say anything else?
No?
Oh, we missed one question. Is how long did it take to grow his beard?
Long time. The last time I shaved was the last day I worked for somebody else other than my current boss. So.
Yeah. Okay. The last big question is what is happening next? Like really, what is happening next? So we have more shows coming. We really do want to do more with these kids. We get Jessica to leave the house, you know. No, we are excited to share more shows, and we are doing 10 days of giveaways. So starting tomorrow, we've partnered, we've got Vivid and Wayfair, so we're going to be giving away a giraffe lamp. We're going to be giving away an antique rug, and then at the end of the 10 days, we're giving away a room makeover. So for one of you guys. So I hope you'll enter every day and keep following along because we're excited to continue to share and really excited that we were able to do this with Vivid. And I really do hope you guys give them a call, our 1-800 number. Has their cute little voices, and you can hear them say like, "Hi, buy Vivid system." Bye. It doesn't really say that, no, but we'd love for you guys to find out how affordable it really is to be protected.
Yeah.
So.
And I even though this is a wrap party, this is the beginning. We're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff. The G's are starting this new chapter of their lives, so this isn't really like saying that something's over. I feel like that with this home and with the show and everything we're doing, that we've really begun something that's going to be really exciting. Do you guys have any wrap thoughts?
And now a dance from Jessica. What was that? And she's like, what? No.
What's next, right?
So we have plans to travel once a month for the rest of the year. Garrett and I are going on a trip alone. Woo! Yeah. We're going with our besties in a few weeks, and we're pretty stoked to Greece. And then, probably a trip every other month from there. Kids are in a really great school that is really chill with them getting a world education. So we're excited about that. And Dorothy starts soccer next week. And we're planning on traveling, I think, all next summer. So kind of doing the same thing. So someone wants to run our house in Hawaii.
Everyone's like me. Okay, are we doing any giveaways or is that? Okay, have you guys posted? If you posted tag Vivid Home and hashtag Traveling Home, there's like the giveaways.
Check your DMs.
We'll be sliding into your DMs, and that's how you will know if you won. Okay, everybody happy? Thank you guys so much for coming.
Oh, group picture.
Oh, let's do a group picture.
We're gonna do a picture.
Stay where you are. Look at our butts.
Where's our photographer?
Look at her.
Thank you, everyone.
Say, see you later.
See you later.
Say, burrito.
Burrito.
Anything else you want to say?
Yes.
What else you want to say? Say thank you into the microphone.
But you tell me. You tell me.
Okay, you guys want to come stand up here? You can bring your mics. Come here. You good? You good? You guys are all going to be in it, so no weird faces.
I got my butt is sweaty.
Should we like crouch down or something?
Let's take a knee.
This is Kit. Hi. She's only 3. Okay.
All right, ready?
Wait.
So I'm going to take 3, and we're going to go this way. So I can
Okay.
kinda get
Okay.
Here's 1. Here's 2.
I got you.
And then here's 1 more.
Thank you,
1, 2,
Daddy.
3.
Thank you guys.
Sorry.
No, just kidding.